right, guys, Chris is back. He's mic'd up. I'm mic'd up. That means today's gonna be a fun day.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. They're everybody.
Yeah, but we can't say that.
They're everybody. Welcome, 2025.
Yeah, first video. Let's go.
First video.
First video of 2025. Starting it off strong with
New
Chris.
year, new me. I'm not gonna be funny anymore. Not like I was before. I'm not gonna be angry though.
What are you gonna be?
Somebody pisses me the off.
Oh, there it is. We're back.
On Circuit Demon TV, we're installing carbon fenders and carbon hood.
We've had this Mustang here before for a couple of different things. It's pretty cool, actually. Sits nice and low, sounds good. Got some cool aero stuff, front lip.
Yeah,
I think that's the, what, like GT 500 front bumper or GT 350? Or no, it is 500, it says it right there. So it's missing a hood because Chris is about to put on this carbon fiber hood and fenders. Wow, this sounds so much better. I'm so stoked.
Are you just gonna keep?
Because now I can actually talk to you. Yeah.
Gosh. Can these stay on here? Because that would be great if they could. I think we're gonna leave them on.
What's up, Mr. Moo? We got Moo hanging out today. What's up, buddy? I totally forgot. I kind of look like an idiot recording myself when I got headphones and a wire on, but you get the point. Oh boy. He's got hardware. He's got some hardware. Oh, he's booking it now. The zoomies are in full effect. Give me that. No. Got it. All right, so we got this carbon fiber fender kit and hood kit that's gonna go on our customer's Mustang. So I really like this hood kit. I'm gonna try to find the link for it and put it in the description below in case any of you guys wanna pick up the same one. I really like the design of this one with the center hood scoop and the vents on each side. Just looks really clean, especially matching the rest of the aggressive aero that's on the Mustang already. And then over to the fender kits. I think these are pretty aggressive looking, to be honest. They look really good though. There you go, you got a little makeshift bed. While Chris is working in the background, getting the Mustang taken apart, just to let you guys know we are doing our second annual Circuit Demon Hot Wheels Mega Derby coming up February 1st. It's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can bring out your own Hot Wheels car and enter it into our derby. There's gonna be prizes for the top 3 places, such as gift cards and apparel giveaway. In my opinion, it's the most fun event throughout the whole year that we host right here at Circuit Demon HQ. We're also gonna be hosting a bunch of different vendors, as well as live DJ, coffee bar, and other prize giveaways. We're also going to be doing a photo competition, so any of you guys who like taking pictures of cars or even video, we are going to be doing a photo competition. I would recommend going over to our Instagram, checking out the post about the event to get more info on that, but just want to throw that in this video so you guys are aware. February 1st, Hot Wheels Mega Ramp Derby. I don't know when this video will be out, but we got 2 Mustangs in the shop right now. One of them with this guy, and the other one over here, which I can't wait to finish whenever Kevin's done with it. Doing a twin turbo Mustang tune. This thing's pretty sweet. Kind of been a pain in Kevin's ass though, but we'll get there. You gotta move the hardware over.
I think just these. Off to a great start.
Oh, I jinxed it, I'm sorry. This happened the last time we did a carbon fiber fender install. We got to cut a little bit. So the carbon fenders that were originally going to go on are actually specifically made for the GT 500. So today is just going to be the hood install for now. We're going to exchange the other fenders for the correct ones, and then we'll come back and get those all swapped out for you. We're working with Jeff now.
Hi, it's me again.
Jeff's the
this thing went off the rails a little bit today, guys. I gotta be honest. So we, our customer Levi, really awesome. We've done coilovers, wheels, tires, did some aftermarket aero parts for the car. He had a body shop put a hood on. It had like a really large Lexan cowl. Looked awesome. Paint matched except for the carbon like recesses. Unfortunately, he didn't have hood pins on it. So the factory, or the latch that was on the aftermarket hood, wind caught under it, flipped it up onto the roof, windshield smashed, all that fun stuff. So windshield's fixed. He wanted to get a more reputable, like a better brand for the hood. So he was looking at Anderson Composites. I recommended Anderson Composites, just kind of lined up. So we got the hood in here. The issue is, because of the previous event, some things just aren't lining up 100%. So we're doing our best. We're gonna make this work. He did get some third-party hood latches, not hood latches, hood
Hinges.
There you go, my man. Hood hinges, and it's not quite there. So we're gonna recommend that he gets OEM ones. The factory ones that were on there before are bent, unusable. So we're gonna get set. I don't feel like an issue with like safety. Like I don't think it's gonna fly up again. It's just that they just don't line up right. So the hood's like a little bit off, but it's not often, like it sits fine. It just fits a little wonky. So we're doing what we can with what we got today. And then he's gonna come back to get the fenders put on, and we'll probably adjust that at that point. So today, once again, like I did with all the previous ones, is I'm just marking off where I'm gonna drill here, and I'm using the laser level. So the reason I like to use the laser level, once again, is I can set the laser to where the hood pin is gonna go, right in the middle of the hole there. And then when I close the hood, you can kind of see on my glove there, I'm gonna lay some tape to get a better look, exactly where you need to drill. So this is it's tried and true. We've done it a few times now. I really like doing it this way. It's just a lot less guesswork. You need to finesse it a little bit depending on like the angle that the hood pin sits, but we are using the factory. There's like a push pin that goes there, a push pot, that I just over drilled. So that should sit pretty much straight up and down.
Yeah, look at this contraption here.
My rig.
Yeah, this nice.
Rate my
this
rig.
Nice rig.
So we're gonna do this the way I like to do it. The other thing that I like about this too is using the existing holes, because there's a lot less guesswork as far as making sure that they're symmetrical from side to side. So we know that that hole is on both sides in the exact same spot. So it's gonna look a lot more aesthetically appealing, and functionally it'll probably load bear a lot more evenly. Bear the load a lot more evenly.
Jeff, why do you want hood pins on a carbon fiber hood?
Well, the factory hinge, although it is there, it's not necessarily going to be as strong as like a metal hood. If the whole hood, especially with the additional venting and stuff, it's gonna be getting a lot of load put on it from like air or wind kind of gets under there, especially when like this, it's gonna be like a big wind dam or air dam. So as the air goes in, it's gonna wanna push this up, and this thing can only take so much. Carbon fiber is very strong. This is a very reputable brand, but some other ones, it'll just be like a thin layer of carbon shell over the top of like a fiberglass hood. So we definitely want to add just more support. And even if you use the factory hood latch just for like locking for safety purposes, I definitely recommend adding hood pins just for, like I said, safety. You don't want this to happen to you. We actually have 2 cars in the shop that didn't have hood pins previously that have the hood smash the roof and the windshield. So safety in numbers, just add some more.
X marks the spot.
That's right, baby.
What brand are those?
These are Aero Catch hood latches. I like these a lot. So what I usually, I don't cut out the full thing. I'm gonna drill a hole first, make sure the pin comes up exactly where we want it to. Usually there's a little bit of like a couple millimeters off, so I'll readjust that. This guy in here. So usually what I'll do is I'll take how this mounts. This is gonna go on the top of the head. This goes up underneath. They sandwich the hood, and they have screws that go in. So we know we have to cut for this shape here. So usually what I'll do is I'll flip this upside down. I'll find the hole wherever we find it's gonna be, and I'm gonna follow this line here on this side of it, just so it looks aesthetically pleasing. And then what I do is I'm going to take that off and just trace the inside of that. And that should be close to what we have to cut. My anti-dust machine.
It's the next day.
It's the next day, if you couldn't tell. Actually, I purposely wore a different hat than yesterday, so you guys know that I change clothes between days.
Typically you don't.
Typically I don't.
No, that's
to
actually
make you
Kevin.
think that I change.
Kevin wears the same thing every day.
Kevin does wear the same shirt every day. I gave him one. He wears the same shirt every day, and we only did like a short run of them, so I gave him one of those shirts. And I felt so bad that he wears it every day that I gave him my personal shirt as well. All right, day 2. We are back. So yesterday I just left off where I did. So we are back today. I marked off just like we saw yesterday where I need to drill. So I'm gonna start there and then move on out. So what I'll do first is I'll drill the hole, make it large enough to put the pin through, and then I'll adjust the height of the pin. And then once we have the height of the pin, we can start to Dremel around and get the rest of it. What I'll probably do is I really just need a laser level for this first initial guide hole. So after that, I'll switch to the other side.
I love that as you're putting the helmet on, the nuclear
siren?
alarm is going off.
The siren in the background. So what Ty and I were just talking about was, let me show you. So how the aero catch works is you have the top piece that goes in the top of the hood. You have this bottom piece that goes underneath this top layer of carbon fiber. The hardware is kind of pocketed in there. So what you do is you put this on the top, this goes on the bottom, you put the screws in the top of it, and it holds it nice and tight. The reason you want the bottom piece is just to give an even load distribution for the carbon fiber. You don't want these like 6 like really pinch points on the carbon. It could rip out. So yeah, we're gonna do that. With carbon fiber hoods, there's usually gonna be a top layer and then this bottom kind of skeleton towards the front. Now you can see in the middle of the hood that it's just that layer, that exterior layer of carbon fiber. But here we do have this just for rigidity. So typically what we'll do, most of the times the hood is gonna kind of be the same depth all the way to the center part. With this Anderson composite hood, it actually has this really thick kind of border or shoulder just inside. So rather than cut this right here, it's various angles. There's kind of this like dip down here. It might just make it a little bit hard to cut really cleanly. So my thought was actually going to be to cut a window in this part right here in order to place the inner aero catch piece. You can't see this when you open the hood. Like if you're standing here, you won't be able to see that window that we cut. So I think overall it'll look cleaner. And then secondly, yeah, I just won't have to worry about like all these different angles and stuff like that. The third part is, if you're not careful about it, what you could do when you're cutting this part here, because it's directly underneath that top layer of carbon, if you're not careful, you can actually go through that into this top layer, and we don't want that either. So like I said, usually careful about it, but I think this back window, we really don't have any risk of you know, impeding the parts that you see at all, or damaging the parts that you see at all. So I think we're just gonna cut that window. Should have a good room for that and do it that way. You have to go out to the right a little bit more. Probably put a nut on, washer on there, hold it straight.
We gotta move. We got another car coming in. I really like this Mustang. And that GT500 front bumper makes it. I'm curious if he's gonna paint the carbon fiber hood. That would be so sick. Have it like blend to white towards the end of it.
Yeah, some of these you have to shorten. There's like a support just below where the hole is that we're gonna use. So we just have to make it clear that. So no biggie, done it before, do it again. What a horrible noise. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. So we're a little bit off from the initial center that we were going for. You can see it's a little bit forward and a little bit to the right, so a little more. Overall, this hole is just a guide hole. We can kind of make a mess anywhere inside this teardrop shape and be okay. So we will have to just shift the shape over slightly, but that's why you measure twice, cut once. I think we've measured like 6 times by now. But we've had to do this a few times where start where you think you want to end up. The reason why it's pushed over is the angle on this radiator support is flat, 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 flat. And then right here where that push pin is, it kind of ramps down a little bit. So that's why it's making it kind of sit that way. So that's fine. That's totally fine. That's kind of like part of the plan. The Subarus, we had to do the same thing, and the Honda as well. So it's just part of the gig. So I'm going to remark where the center is on this, and then I'm going to draw a new line and cross this one out. Actually, I'm not gonna do a new tape because I want the hole there.
Over on this side of the shop, Chris is finishing up this super dope merch cart.
Welcome to Home Improvement.
Oh!
My name's Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Things looking cool. So we're gonna use this for a lot of like our events and have kind of like our merch cart. And then I have a neon LED sign that's coming with the logo that's gonna go right on the front. And we actually made this out of scraps from Country Mex across the street.
This is Tiki Bar.
It could be used as a tiki bar as well.
They're Jordan out the field.
So what are you doing to it today?
So I just did initial sanding after the lacquer.
Nice. All right, you have fun with the home improvements.
And then Jordan.
There's more.
I'm gonna take a hammer to that,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm gonna redo it all. So it's actually nice.
Well, hold on. So yeah, that's the ramp over there that Chris is gonna redo, and we're actually gonna make it taller. After I just tossed some new paint on it too. And I also have a sign coming for this as well, so we'll have the logo right there. Like I said earlier in the video, our Hot Wheels Mega Ramp Derby is coming up February 1st. That's a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Make sure you come out to the Hot Wheels Mega Ramp Derby, because right now this thing sits at like maybe 6 feet tall. It's a little bit shorter than I am, and I'm definitely 6 feet tall. So we're gonna extend it a little bit longer, and typically we have it run from about here on the wall, across the logo, all the way to the end down there. So it's probably about like 30 feet. We're gonna make it bigger and longer this year. Actually, we have a cool photo editing workshop that one of the local photographers is gonna host. I'm actually gonna be here too. I don't even know what it consists of, but they hit us up to see if they could host the photo workshop here. A lot of like local automotive photographers will be showing up for that. So I'm stoked to see that. I'm ready to be a student of whatever they're teaching. And if I have any like stuff that I can toss into the talk as well, I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm stoked for that. I'm gonna see if I can film that, because that'll be really cool to show the side of cars that I like, which is all the capturing of the moments and photo, video, stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well.
All right, time for the big cut. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I got the pilot hole. I retraced with a stencil that I used, and I'm just gonna cut this. The cool thing, I'll show you later when I have this off, but I'm gonna do the cut. Cool. Sick. Next, we're gonna do is just radius the round pieces real quick. And then the other thing we're gonna have to do, show you, if the hood were flat, this would be able to go on. The pin would go in nice and perfectly. It clips in, cool, all that. Because the hood is at an angle like this, it's not quite gonna go on smoothly. It's either gonna contact the back of it or the front of it first. So what I like to do is just open up this a little bit, typically the angle that it's gonna have to sit. So let me close this and show you. So it's gonna have to sit like this. That post is gonna sit kind of like this up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Dremel and I'm gonna trim this piece at that same angle the pin sits, and the back piece the same angle. What that's gonna allow it to do is just slip over that a lot more precisely, kind of have a tailored feel to it when you put the hood down. No contact, it's just gonna go down there, engage. Yep. All right, I'm gonna be a little sneaky boy. I'm gonna try to not cut that relief cut we talked about. Most times hoods don't have enough like room for me to get a finger in the back and push this up. But I'm gonna try to do that here, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Oh, you know what I just noticed? Look at the ring, look at the ring. Oh, look at the hood.
Damn.
Damn, I'm matching today. How's she coming?
Good, dude.
You able to finesse?
I was able to finesse.
Cool. Now no hole.
My tum-tum is holding the hood up. New Year's resolution. Get a bigger tummy to hold the hood up.
Moment of truth. We're done. See ya. Bye. Just kidding. We got one more set.
All right, guys, we got the one hood pin. We're gonna call it, I think it just needs the one. See you later. Have a great day, and good luck to this hood.
Thing.
All right, we're done. So yeah, the arrow catch are really nice. They're super sleek, subtle. The big thing is making sure they're symmetric side to side, symmetrical from side to side. What I did for this side was I measure from the very tip of this to the hood. I measure from the very tip of this to the end of the hood here. And then I just mark it on this side and then kind of angle it up. But as long as you get it fairly similar angle, and then the measurements that way, I don't know, looks good, looks really clean. The big thing with these is it does kind of hold the hood down. So like the hood comes down, obviously there's that gap there, so you gotta just push it in and then lock it, and it's good to go. Same with this side. But yeah, looks good. It's not gonna fly up on the roof again, and you should be all set, nice and secure. Now it is up to you at home if this is something you're doing, if you want to use the factory hood latch in the middle. Now obviously for security purposes, someone can't just walk up and open your hood, but it's up to you if you want to keep that or not. They do also make a locking version of these. They have like a little key to it. I don't personally like the aesthetics of it because it's like a big silver key right in the middle of this, but it's up to you, whatever you prefer. So yeah, let's close this one out. This one's all set to go. We'll let the customer know and hook up the go.